Further Tales of an East African Adventure by Mzee Mtembezi. The Invitation and the Promise. When I had said to Reynard that I'd go to his village to meet his family, I'd also made a promise that afterwards we would go down for a few days to a place called Kigoma so he could relax before going back up and starting his work again as a knife grinder, grinding knives on a bicycle back in Mwanza. Anyway, during the time that we were eating, I had made a blessing in the small room with the men on one side and the ladies on the other. And I sang a chorus, the only one I know in Swahili. And the grandfather, over 100 years old, joined in. I was totally amazed and it brought tears to my eye. And I said to the boy who's interpreting for us, please ask your grandfather how he knew that chorus. And he said, Mr. Mark, I've never seen a Caucasian in my village for 50 years. And it was missionaries from Canada and from Germany who came to the village and taught me Christian songs in Swahili. So in the late afternoon, Renard and I got back onto the Piki, the motorbikes, back onto the Red Earth Road, back to the main village to overnight in the small guest house. And early in the morning, the minibuses go up from the villages to the main junction at Kakonko. So at least this time I didn't have to go back on the motorbike with all my luggage. And they gave me a front seat because I'm the old Mzee, so I managed to stretch the legs. So it was a reasonably comfortable journey back up to the main junction. But thank goodness I wasn't on the back of the van, because when I say they always space for one more, I'm really not exaggerating. These buses are usually Toyota Hiace. In other countries, they take a maximum regulated passenger of 14. But here, there was literally 25 to 30 squashed in the back of this minibus. And I've no idea how they all get in, but I'm very glad I wasn't in the back. Because when I've been in Dar es Salaam, I've literally seen school kids and students jump out the back windows onto the street because it's so much hassle to try and squash past people to get out the main door. Anyway, we waited at the side of the main road with our luggage, and eventually a large coach came around and we boarded that, and we arrived in the big town of Kigoma about, I think, 4:30 in the afternoon, something like that. And Kigoma is on the shores of Lake Tanganyika. It's a beautiful area, and the lake goes all the way down to Zambia. And if you know Jane Goodall at all, on the other side of the lake is a place called Gombe, which is very, very famous for going to see the chimpanzee. But of course, that's a very expensive thing and we couldn't afford or had time to do that. But what I definitely wanted to do was to treat Renard to a place that he could just sit and relax and not worry about anything. And there was a lookout point which also acted as a cafe restaurant at the top. We climbed about 3 flights of stairs, and it had the most beautiful view over the lake. And to see the joy in Renard's face when he looked out on that, and he said, Dad, I've not seen anything like this. So thank you so much. We each had our own room. He was comfortable, and just he had this luxury break for 2 to 3 days, and then he was having to make the 12 to 13-hour journey back to Mwanza to start knife grinding again. I'm still very much in contact with Renard and with his family. I'm not certain that I will make the journey back to the village again next year because it's quite arduous, really. And when they say journeys are 6 hours and then 7 hours, they turn up being, 12 hours and 13 hours. So anyway, that's the finish of the next part of the video. I hope you've enjoyed it and you'll continue to follow me on my adventures. through YouTube and Facebook.